Okay, so yeah, that was my chair, by the way, squeaking as usual. If you heard that. Anyway, let's get to the point. This is me, obviously, and it is time for another vlog. See now, okay, I missed last Sunday because I didn't have much to talk about and I couldn't find some gameplay to record, so I was just like, no. But anyway, I'm gonna make up for it tonight, this morning, with the vlog. Actually, a dual one at that, with Robert here.
Good day, everybody. How's it going?
Now, I've noticed a difference in my voice. I'm coming down with something, so not good.
So am I.
We both are, so. Yes, sick little munchkins.
Yeah, well, even I feel it a bit, like my nose especially. And my voice was a bit too raw in that one video, but it's fine now. Don't worry.
Okay, so call this, say, a dual vlog anyway. You're gonna have the gameplay playing in the background at some point, if it's not playing already.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about a couple of things collab based. Like, this is based not so much on what I was going to talk about, well, what I usually talk about in my vlogs. It's going to be about the dual side of things. So, collabs, any other stuff. Like, this can include with Noobs as well, but because Noobs isn't here, he won't hear it until the video. But we'll involve any plans for that. So we'll get to the nitty gritty stuff first. So channel statistics, currently sitting at 77 subscribers. The video that kicked me off is about almost 3,100 views, so nice. Still haven't found out who shared that video. So if anyone can find out, that's going to be amazing. So yeah, you guys are doing alright, which checking out him and Noobs. That's appreciated. It's good to get all of our subs up at least a little bit.
I recently got one extra today. Like, I'm not, right now at the time of this recording, I'm 136. I've been generally stuck at the 130 and 133 number, but yeah, it kind of went up and down. But now it actually decided to go up a bit. Ever since Beyonce's broken the record with that video of his, even I don't know how the hell that happened. It's like I'm super surprised, if I have to put it that way. Like, it was crazy. Like, he went to like 40 plus subscribers from that one time in like a week or so, and still going up slowly. And it's well above my record.
Sub base are like doubled. A little bit.
Yeah, definitely doubled. Well over the expectations I had in the first place.
Goal still stands. It'll be good if I can get to 100 by 3rd of April, that is.
We'll see eventually. And by the way, since Noobs is not here, he can't really talk about his statistics, but yeah. When I first met up with him, I still don't know the reason why he decided to come up with me, but I'm pretty sure he'll know soon. Back when we first met up, he had like 80. Now he's standing at 97. Soon he's gonna be 100, so I'm happy for him.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
And also, some of the people that knew Free Hunter have been coming over. That's also a good thing.
Yes, the good thing is that the main point of this channel has been successfully met, which was to try and meet up with other, let's say, YouTubers and Let's Players, and it's been working out pretty good. So we've got Robert here, we've got Noobs, there's someone else who we haven't actually managed to get a collab done with yet, but we're hoping that'll happen sometime in the future.
If that is who I think it is, then he's also on my channel. The name of the guy is Might Be Giant, another Canadian bird.
Oh yeah, there's that one. I was talking about Sammy actually.
Oh, well, I forgot about her because technically I haven't exactly been able to get in touch with her yet, so I kind of forgot about her.
Yeah,
I do see that she
that one.
Yeah, that's one thing as well.
It's the exact same time zone as me, and she's not much of a late nighter, so that's gonna be a problem. But hopefully we'll get something going, even if I manage to get a collab. But still, anyway, there's the one that Robert just mentioned. Might Be Giant.
One word, my friend.
So you can do some explaining.
Well, how it exactly happened was pretty much yesterday, which is like the 3rd of, 9th of March actually. Boy. And it was basically, I was just scrounging on Twitter, but I was not really doing anything. I was just working on my outro, spicing it up, talking with noobs. And then I saw my giant on Twitter just making a tweet on Hitbox, and I was like, why not? Eventually, we talked a little bit about each other and got to know each other in the same spot. And then I eventually mentioned the collab idea, and that live stream then evolved into what it was, and that's how we met up. There's a video of that I've done on SCP-087B with my Giant and Noobs as well. I'm pretty sure Fianta was watching in the background. He was a bit he did not want to join there, but I cannot blame him. If he didn't want to, it's fine. I'm not gonna force him to do something he doesn't. It's not gonna help.
On that one. But maybe in the future we'll get a meet up.
Honestly, I was also a bit reluctant when it came to like actually talking with him because I didn't know what expressions to go with. But as far as I can see, my reputation actually kept up with me and everything was fine. It was fun. By the way, don't forget to check him out. He's definitely above my sub count, but yeah, he's definitely a good, cool guy. I'm gonna give him a shout out on my side as well when I get around to that. He's a pretty good guy. We'll eventually do some more collabs, but wife and stuff are problems. That's why I'm never gonna have one in the future.
Whoa.
Hey. Lord, and that's all the more reasons.
Yeah, we're not gonna go there. Can really go the
skip
downfall on the channel.
Yeah.
You know, the more distractions in life, the less you could spend on your hobbies.
Technically, if you've been with me for a very long time, which Fianta really wasn't, there was one time when I was able to do videos, and then a part of it, well, I mean like a long time ago, something went wrong, well, not exactly PC-wise, but, you know, real-life thing, and I couldn't upload a video for more than 3 months after that, and you saw what happened there. I lost a good portion of my subscribers, but they immediately jumped back up.
Don't worry, we've all gone there.
And there's also the detentions I've been having recently, but not. Yeah, there was that one in October that eventually ran off for a week, and then it kind of stopped and by itself, and you know what happened there.
Where I dropped, and then there was December where I dropped out for a while.
Well, yeah, because you were moving and stuff. I was actually really happy to get. Yeah, and there's also the stress issues, which I tried to help with as much as I could. I didn't look like much, but at least I'm happy to actually try to help you in a way. Me and Noobs were there for you, in a way.
Well, anyway, since we're going down this path, we may as well talk about a couple of, let's say, yeah, dual-based progress from just before meeting date to when we did our first collab till about now. So we've done December, that was where I cut out, and then a couple of things back in October, and then, hang on, a year. So basically, if you haven't heard from this already, it started with his original game, Lunacy the Darkness, which was not a bad game actually. Or when I first reviewed it, it's pretty cool. Damn crows. And then it kind of went from there, and where this will sort of fall into our second topic. But basically, we started with our first collab on, what was it? Silent Hallways, yeah.
That was the first one.
First one. We had a little bit of an introduction just before that collab.
Yeah, a long one as well.
Like, I felt like I needed, well, not needed, but I felt like looking, because, as I said, the main purpose of this channel was to try and make a little community and meet up with new people over the internet due to my, let's say, personal what do you call it, confidence issues, that's it. So yeah, it's pretty hard, but I've used this channel to help boost that issue, I guess, so I can meet new people easier, but eventually I'll get to that. Anyway, so from there we did a few collabs on Silent Hill. No, Silent Hill, what? Silent Hallways. Woo, that was a good one. So yeah, after that we moved to Metal Memorial, which was the first multi-part. Got some story about Robert's laughing in the background right now. Going faster.
I like how I'm laughing in the background. I kind of get the feeling, even though the mic's muted, you still hear me.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't think the mic's that good, but
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Seriously, let's keep this going.
All right, so moving on, we went from there. Yeah, Mental Memorial's the first multi-part collab, like I said. That's where the issues with my horror experience was going out a bit, so I took a moment to get more used to horror. Then we came back for, was Amnesia Hill after that one, or was it another one?
Well, it was Amnesia Hill. I know we recorded that,
Yeah, I
and I
know.
don't think I'd be. Yeah, I know we finished Mental Memorial, and we kind of stopped there. And then
Yeah,
after a while, we started Amnesia Hill. There was an interruption that took off for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then we continued that,
and then we
and
finished
kind of
it.
stopped from there. But now there's actually a new one in the way. I'm gonna have to get my part up. I'm actually handbraking one of the footage pieces right now, and once I'm done with that, I'll get everything set up here, and then boom.
So yeah, that'll fall onto the, and that's pretty much how it's gone to now. So Amnesia's been basically helped us boost the little bond pact we've had with the two channels, and it's gone from there. So we've decided to continue with that layout with the one that's up with the new custom story that's coming up called In Dark. Now there's a nice little 3-part series there. We're gonna do a little cross transfer, so we'll put one on his channel, and then I'll have one part of my channel, and then he'll have the last part, because it was a short story. It was multi-part though, but we'll try our best to find a longer one for the future, and
There's
then
one
we'll
idea
just
I have.
go on to some single part ones while we're thinking about that, because this layout has been like basically what's helped us boost the little bond, and it
Yeah.
helps with a couple of other things. So yeah.
So for to say, this is something that you can call the original Amnesia layout, as you already heard, because that's how this entire thing started off in the very first place. Collabing custom stories and even total conversions at one point. Basically, here's the thing: you can actually send Amnesia custom story suggestions that are actually pretty good, like about like 8.0 or something along that scale. We don't want something too bad, because that might be, let's say, not exactly a waste of time, but something that we wouldn't really appreciate playing in there. Like,
Yeah.
total conversions are one thing, but custom stories, there's also something a bit different.
There
We
are a
actually
couple
have
of
some
bad ones.
ideas for this one. We already have our own ideas for the custom stories thing, and if you're concerned about the cross transfer thing, don't worry. There's a reason the playlists are there for.
Yes, we'll be making playlists to make sure all the videos are in one spot, so you
Both
don't
on
miss
channels.
a part, for example.
Yeah, both on channels. So
Yes.
are mine and his as well.
Anyways, since we're going to be continuing this layout, we're going to have to mention a couple of rules about it. Now, if you have watched Robert's recent vlog, he did touch on the rules, but we'll just put them in this one as well, just to make sure you've got an idea, because we want to involve noobs in this as well. So all of us
Eventually.
are in part 1, so there is a custom story that Robert and Noobs did, and that's over on their channels.
Well, basically on his channel, because I've been having problems with
On his
Amnesia
channel.
ever since I got the new GPU, but I actually saw that issue. That's how I got in dog from my side as well soon.
It's been fixed with the nice little recording software here known as Open Broadcaster software. Now, as you know, I put a few videos up of me testing that software, one with Super Hexagon, and I think I did one of my Nether parts testing it too. That's Open Broadcaster software is kind of like the ones you pay for that you use for like Twitch and stuff. I forgot the names of those, but yeah, OBS here is a free one. It's a streaming thing. You can use it for local recordings, and if you manage to touch on the settings a bit, it's a bit screwy. Let's say that. You have to muck around with it a bit, but once it's set up nicely, it actually does alright. Even lower file sizes than what Fraps does, and it saves having to cut the video, because have to sync the webcam to the video itself, because then you can just sort of put it in the corner like I did here, but this is going to be really small. so that'll be even smaller. But as you saw there, I can sort of shrink and enlarge it so it fits with the video perfectly.
Yeah. To be honest, when I tested OBS, I actually had to spend approximately 4 hours or 3, I don't know exactly how much, to properly get it working with Gmod, because if I record with fraps and stuff, it kind of gets low quality if you watch my Gmod series videos. I'm gonna eventually kick that back up, but my OBS doesn't seem to cooperate too well with Gmod sometimes, but Amnesia is definitely 100% on that one. It's pretty good quality too. It's only the gamma I forgot to adjust properly on in-dog, so it's kind of a bit dark, but I'll fix that in post. Somehow.
Yes. So yes, OBS is quite a beautiful little piece of software, and it's free too. I mean, all three of us use it, so much better than.
And by all three, me, Phil, and Noobs.
Yeah.
If you need any questions, if you want to talk about Noobs, then let me know, cause it's practically me that we met up with. So yeah.
So yeah, he started with Robert, and then Robert introduced him to me, and it went from there.
To what it currently is.
Turned out nicely too. He does a couple of collabs here and there. There's one we did on a RPG Maker game, and then there's one of the Nether parts, and a couple of other things.
Seven mysteries.
7 mysteries. That's it. So that's
not 7 memories.
Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, if you haven't seen those, check them out. Pretty good videos. And most of the videos are on Noobs' channel though.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're wondering about plans for the future, now, for one thing I know is for certain is that until something major happens to one of us or all of us and the channels go down, collabs are not vanishing at all. We are not breaking it at all. It's just
nope.
It just can't be done. It's amazing.
Oh, by the way,
yeah.
Before we go on with that, excuse me about the interruption, but I think we forgot to mention the rules on the Amnesia collabs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So yeah, I'm not. Well, I had a look at the video. Like, I see the rules, and I sort of integrated those rules for the collabs because it doesn't really work if you go and change the layout of one specific custom story at the time. So Robert explained the rules on his vlog, so I may as well let him have the honors to explain them now.
Well, I don't exactly remember every one of them, but the most important one you have to keep on with is the way we start a collab series is the same way we end it. So if me and Phil start a certain collab series, we must end it the same way without changing anything in between.
For example,
one thing you also be
basically,
yeah, go on.
The example there is me and him do a custom story. It must end with me and him doing a custom story. So we can't add Noobs or take one of us out unless something happens to one of, like, the save file of one of our games, or the video flams around and stuff like that. That has happened before, but if that doesn't happen, we try to keep it the same.
Yeah, that's pretty much how this rule was normally intended to. Now, the next thing you have to be prepared for is multi-parts. If you're not prepared for that, there might be some trouble, because we always record custom stories in a bunch, because the way I do it with OBS now actually could let me record, like, for example, 5 hours of footage and have no problem with the end. Well, until I get to the hand-breaking part, but that's no business. Well, yeah, technically right now, I have the first part of in-dog actually hand-broken. The original footage is 566 megs. Now I hand-broke it. It went up to an amazing 3.56 gigs. So there's a bit of a difference. You have to be ready for this. If you use handbrake, that is. Now also, if you record, which I recommend, you must record in a way, but since we're doing the cross transfer, this was kinda invalid at that point, but yeah. You must kinda show that you are actually playing the game in a way. Like, you must somehow.
Trying to play a game.
That's one thing you always have to show off in a way. But since we're doing the cross transfer, like I said, this was kind of invalid. But if you saw the Sound Hallways collabs, that was pretty true there.
Back then, so yeah, we just put one video on each of our channels. Well, the same video. So the series just sort of... so we saw both sides of the video.
Technically, it's a different perspective.
So the way to do that is, like, we try not to do the cross transfer too often, But because part 2 for this game on Robert's side failed, I decided I'd just put up one on my side, and he can have the other 2. But after that, I'm hoping if the footage doesn't fail, we're going to have one part on both of our channels. Like, we don't necessarily have to have both face cams up, but it's good to see the other side, just to see, because you'll watch one video, you might hear something happen on the other side, but you didn't see what happened. And you check the other channel, and then you can see it there.
Yeah. And the fact that we both started recording at approximately nearly the same time, 1-2 minute difference, you know, then you might actually see it. Silent Hallways 3 shows an example, and a really good one too. Now I know. Yeah, 2 different things at once, and Freelancer didn't like just had a weird face out there. What? But yeah, we're taking this a bit too far with the rules, so you kind of know what to do for what to expect. So any other questions about the rules or stuff, message to me. That's all you need to know. And continue on with whatever I interrupted you with before, cause you want to go with something.
Alright, so future collabs, like I said before, not ending anytime soon. Because, well, the channels have sort of focused towards collabs. Like, I'm trying to keep horror going. The problem with that is I can't find many good indie horrors to play, so I've just been relying on, well, not quite relying, but I've just sort of been going towards collabs to try and keep the content going. So
well,
once I fix that up and find a way to get some more indie horror up for you guys, I'll stick with it. Yeah. I might have to start recording maybe Haunted Memories. Like, I've been a bit hesitant about that game because I've had issues with it in the past. But if I have to, I'll probably do episode 2 just so I can have some stuff on my channel. And I might
the game has been
browsing through my folders, see if I can find a horror game that I haven't played yet. Like, I'm sure there's something in there in my hard drive that I haven't played yet. So yeah. Okay, so as for
excuse me for a bit.
Huh?
Excuse me for a bit. I went a bit away because the phone started ringing, but no worries.
Oh, okay. So we're good now.
You wanted me to talk about something?
I think you did. You said something about Haunted Memories. Like, I cut you off.
I was gonna say that the game itself has been pretty much optimized in its current condition.
So yeah, it's fixed now. So
well,
hopefully I can do something about that.
Basically, when on my specs, which I finally have, it's on my channel's about page if you don't know them yet. I still need to fix some things up there, but don't worry. I had like a weak CPU, dual core only, and my GPU was actually swapped up to a massively better one. I think I put that up there, and the performance was exactly the same. But recently, it kicked up to a nice 50 to 60 frames per second, and originally it was like 20-ish without recording, so you could tell where that was gonna go. Yeah, with the optimizations up, like, it was crazy. So you know that.
Yep.
Now it should work a lot better on your side as well. I actually tried recording, but you know, less than 10 frames per second. That's like mental memory on steroids.
Yep.
Yeah, you kind of know the feeling. So, and technically about the channel collab focus thing, there's a bit of a sidetrack with mine because I originally focused mine to be like indie horror games and maybe maybe a mix of something else different. But since we want to add this entire new sense with that move, which I'm really thankful for, it kind of swapped the layout a bit. But I still do indie horror stuff solo as well. I don't do exactly solo custom stories because the feel just doesn't seem to fit. Like, I just can't do solo custom stories anymore. It doesn't feel right.
I did
but,
one,
yeah.
but it was scary as hell.
Well, yeah, technically,
I just happened
it's not
to
because
pick the scariest horror custom story on the list when I wanted to do a solo one, and I didn't know how to quick save back then, so I just kind of got stuck on it. But I managed to get it finished at least.
Yeah, that's one thing you do. Knowing that you're a bit more sensitive to horror than I am, even though I still get the better reactions, even though it's... Don't ask me. Yeah. I still play solo games every now and then, but the trick is when I don't receive suggestions, I kind of stick to collabs and stuff. So yeah, the more suggestions we receive, because it helps us both in a way, the better. Because that also gives us a chance to do solo. Because I mean, I see most of the games that people have played, like Quiet Fear and all this stuff. I actually played them before my YouTube channel started. Like, not exactly, but played them in the background because I didn't exactly know how to record them all yet. I didn't have the space and stuff. So yeah, it was a bit. It was a debacle in the back then. Like back then, it was a mess, but now it's actually clearer. You saw how much I developed from my past self to my current self. I was gonna take things in a pretty serious way, but I realized that seriousness is not what you look for. Kind of a bit of a, let's see, well, not exactly stupidity, but fun in a way. So I changed that, and now look what happened.
Yep.
So yeah, now the channel's focused on both solo and collabs, but solo's a bit down. But if you give me suggestions, I'll go to solo up as well. You saw what happened in Into the Darkness, if you did.
So yeah, we'll
Or
try
the
our
smart.
best to get solo up still, regardless of the
Yeah.
collab side. We just need some
Yeah.
ideas of what to play, because ModDB isn't exactly the most reliable source. And Game Jolt, like, there's no real category for horror, so you sort of got to search more, and there's usually not much up there anyway, so it's usually a bit of a pain. Like, even if you suggest like a website that has constantly updated horror games for us to play, because usually most horror games that you find out there are on their own site, so you sort of got to search a little bit more. I might even think about, say, getting Desura up or something, Desura installed, and see if I can find some stuff on there, but it's usually the same as ModDB. And IndieDB is obviously the same thing as well, so it's a bit of a pain.
Yeah, it's a big engine.
It's a
big engine.
Yeah, pretty much two sites, same thing.
There's three actually, because there's Slide DB.
Slide DB. Oh god.
But well, that's something else for I think phones. I also saw that one way. I don't know where, but I saw Slide
each one's
DB.
focused on their own thing, but they're all pretty much the same site.
It's pretty much a big, powerful search engine. Just cut it short. Yeah, go on.
But of course, even horror games aren't always titled under horror. They could be titled under other stuff, so it's pretty hard to find one.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of stuff on my drive that I have seen being played, but I haven't played myself. There are a couple, like more of the ones that adapt to each playthrough are good ones. But yeah, as for for indie collabs, now this one's a little bit touchy, because, well, of course, indie is actually meant to be done solo, but we do sometimes do collabs depending on the game. Well, this is so, for example, 087B, that's a good one to collab on, because you get the reactions on both sides. You can laugh at the other person reacting. That's usually the main focus on the indie part of collabs. We still haven't really... I didn't really touch much on 087B version 2. It only lasted a couple of minutes because I died. But I hope at some point I might get back to that. But for now, we'll just...
If you're too disappointed about that, go and check my side of it, because my videos actually went on for about 100 floors. So it took a while. But yeah, I was pretty much panicky on that side. There's some more fun moments in there, because I remember one I'm gonna tell you right now. Forgot to make some kind of noise, and the game did an exactly similar noise, and I just couldn't differentiate the two. It was such a nice blend. But yeah, I flicked out over a heartbeat. That's something new.
You saw that reaction in my video if you
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
The little top left of the screen, I put up his side of that.
Yeah. Also, you kind of. Oh, excuse me, I'm messing up my words. You kind of need to remember the details that you normally work with in this game, because if you forget one piece, there's kind of good chance you'll die. It's kind of something that happened with you when you went dog. Instead of going back, you went ahead. Boom, jump scare. And dead, of course. Yeah, you did that mistake, but I cannot blame you, because I didn't exactly tell you the instruction manual, but I wasn't expecting the game to be like that, exactly the same like it used to be, just different stuff. Just the way it was written down in the changelog and stuff, it kind of felt like something entirely different. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, if you have seen the original SCP-087 game, there's actually a couple of new images that I've seen recently. If Hunter wants, he can put those two images in the description, or not in the description, or maybe in the video itself as well. Like the last one is actually really freaky for me. It's like mystery and creepiness combined in a very nice blend. And I can tell that new game's gonna be a nice expansion, but I don't know when it's gonna come out.
Well,
Like,
we'll
there's
be sure to check that one out.
I'm tracking it daily, just like with Dead Darkness, because it was supposed to be updated in February, but look, we're almost in the middle of March and still nothing. Kind of like Vanish. But yeah, go on.
So, yeah, and well, we're getting a bit over time, but I want to touch up on one last thing. SCP Containment Breach. Now, a lot of Let's Players play this game, but there is actually no video on my channel about that game. So, what Robert has suggested a couple of times, and that I am kind of considering, is that we're going to do a progressive collab series, kind of like Amnesia, on that game. So we're going to follow it as it updates and do parts on it as a collab. Just to add.
There's one thing.
Yeah.
There's one thing you need to know about this thing, because since we do this collab, we use a mod for this thing that it's called the Box of Photos. It has an auto-updated system that actually allows us to update the game itself and the mod, depending on which one's which, and that basically allows us to keep up to date. And, well, I always record the SCP Containment Breach videos, solo and collab, so there's one way to keep that up. We could do the cross transfer, but we haven't really gone in depth with this part, so it's kind of grain of salt, you know.
Cross transfer method is still in a prototype stage, so once we figure out a way to get that running perfectly, we'll start looking towards
knowing that you have issues with the recording stuff, you can basically, you can try it somehow like this. We're not gonna talk about that here. We're gonna discuss that in the background sometime.
Yeah. So anyway, we've gone about over 30 minutes. A couple of it's gonna be cut down a little bit, but. So,
well, trust me, the servant will be went off for like 55 minutes, so don't even worry. That's nothing.
So yeah, I think that'll do for now. If the gameplay stopped, or if it's still going, then that's incredible. I might do just like an unlimited game on something or other, but it's still there. If it's still there, then awesome. So at least you won't be 100% bored.
Oh, hello.
But anyway, I'll get some footage to record for that later, and you'll see it down there. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little dual vlog. If anything else comes up, I'll have another vlog up next Sunday. I'll have a more update on that. If it's a dual vlog, then awesome. If it's a solo, then I'll touch up a couple of things. So like more statistics and updates on uni life, as well as any other ideas and such. Alright, so that's it for now. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and we will see you in a future video. Peace out, guys.
Goodbye, y'all.
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and comment if you have suggestions for further videos that I could record. If you check in the description below, you will see links to Robert and Noobs' channel. They are both great YouTubers, good friends of mine, and will appreciate the subscriptions. Thank you for watching. Check the video on the top left and bottom right corners of the screen for more great content. Enjoy your fears, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.